Good. Good. All the buttons. Okay, so many buttons. Okay. Working. Okay, there we go. Good morning. Where I can see you all. Okay. So, I've been teaching on the sacred coverings, as I'm calling them, the sheaths, the koshas. These are the ever decreasing in density layers of our anatomical and physical and energetic being, the layers of our embodiment. The outermost layer is the physical, right? So our muscles, our bones, our bodies, everything seeable, touchable, feelable, diagnosable sometimes, right? Whatever. Bones, all that. And then the next innermost layer is the Manomayakosha, the energetic body. And then this week we're on to the Manomayakosha, which is the surface level mind. So our way of engaging with and processing anything coming in from the world. So it's where we're sort of on autopilot. You know, it's the way that our mind processes anything coming in through the senses. It's where our thoughts live. It's where our emotions, feelings live, and it's sort of the reactive mind. And not in a way that's negative, in a way that's we have to be to just engage with the world, you know. I smell fire, I know to leave, you know, whatever it is. I smell food, I go to dinner, whatever, you know, whatever it is. That, you know, it's our way of moving through the world, but it's this sort of, so the upside of that, of course, is that we don't have to think about every single thing. Our mind can do that for us, you know. We don't have to be in sort of a thought process about every single thing that's going on in our lives. Some of it just, you know, we can be on that autopilot. Now, the shadow side of that is that then when we have habitual patterns that are not perhaps the way that we want to be reactive in the world, we can be on autopilot and be reacting in that way. You know, habits that you know, don't serve us, don't serve those around us, they can become those kind of unconscious patterns. So that can also live in the Manomayakosha. This is where in the mind, the chitta vritti lives. So when you study the Yoga Sutras, one of the foundational yoga texts, they talk, Patanjali talks about the chitta vritti, it's the beginning. And literally the second stanza or phrase of the entire Yoga Sutra is yoga is the stilling, is the yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the stilling of the chitta vrittis. That's like the point of yoga. And what is chitta vritti? Chitta is consciousness, and vritti means whirlpool. So it's the whirling mind, you know, it's the mind that goes out of control. It's the mind that's not being conscious and aware and is, you know, has sort of tipped over into that shadow side of the Manomayakosha, where, you know, there's a lot going on up there. And so as we're doing our practice, you know, when we've talked a couple of weeks ago, we were focused on that outer body. Ana means food. So the food is what feeds the Anamayakosha, the physical body. The Pranamayakosha is fed by prana, the breath. Prana primarily comes in with the breath, other ways also, but primarily the breath. And then Manomayakosha is fed by the senses. So this is also, when we're talking about this level of our awareness, we have to think about what we are feeding our senses as well. You know, what we are ingesting through what we are reading and what we're listening to and what we're watching, and, you know, like all the stuff that we're taking in. And is that, again, feeding us in a nutritious way, in a way that is, you know, gonna be, I know I have this bad habit of checking social media early in the morning because I want to see if my business postings went up or whatever, and then inevitably I see something, and maybe you guys have had this happen to you, where it's like inevitably, like, you scroll, I'm looking for my posting, seeing if they went up, and you see something that you're like, Nope, no. And then it's like there, and then it's there, and that's how you're starting your day. It's hard to not do that. So just one example of how, and I'm sure you've all had that experience also. So anyway, we're going to feed the Manomayakosha with the thoughts that we are using in our practice today. And just as we've practiced, like really having the focus on the body doing the poses a couple weeks ago, and then last week, the energy doing the poses, like is your mind doing your poses when you're doing your asana? Or is it off? I always share this story. When I first started doing yoga, I was in Manhattan on the second floor above a bagel shop, and the windows were always open because there was no control of the building. And so I think I was Pavlovianly conditioned to think about food during yoga. Because often when my mind is wandering, and I think it was just like smelling the bagels for all those years of starting yoga. At the beginning of yoga, I have this like Pavlovian, like when my mind wanders, I'm like, what am I having for lunch today? But that's an example of like, that has nothing to do with what I'm doing now. That's not where my mind needs to be right now. Is my mind in the pose? Is my mind doing the pose that my body is doing right now? I say this in the advanced level class, the blessing of the practice is we can go by rote some of the time. We don't have to think so much to get into our poses. But then our minds can wander off when we're doing our poses, right? Okay, you get the idea. So one of the other ways that you can sort of cleanse and balance and help to work with the mind at this level is through mantra practice. So we're going to start with not a mantra. We're going to just start with, instead of doing our invocation that we often do, we're going to do a continuous Om. So we'll start together, and then when you finish your Om, just start again and start again and start again. And so it's just this continuous sound of Om. I'll cue you through it when we get there. But because sometimes the mind just like needs a hook. It needs something to hold on to, It needs something to do rather than do the stuff we don't want it to be doing. So, okay, that's the invitation. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Become aware of your thoughts, of any emotions, feelings arising today. Become aware of all your senses. Seeing, hearing, touching, smelling. And just bring yourself present into the moment. Invite yourself to the sensory experience of being in your body, to the emotional experience of being in your body, to the thoughts that are arising. And it's not that we want to be absent of thought. It's not the point. But can we be focused on the thoughts, or at least absent of the thoughts that aren't about what we're doing right now? All right, bring your hands together in front of your heart. So we'll start the Om together, and then we'll just keep going, and I'll just give you I'll let you know when the last Om is. We'll do a bunch. So have this sense of just kind of bathing yourself in the sound. You're chanting, but you're also listening, and you're letting the vibration work at the level of the Manomayakosha to just clear out, to cleanse the mind. Deep breath in. Next one's the last one. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands and your eyes. Okay. If you're on a blanket, come off. Start with we're going to do some hips today. So start with some hip mobility stuff. All right, so start with some windshield wipers. So drop to one side and then over to the other. As always, trying to keep the movement more, yeah, that's at least, so separate the feet out wider, good. Keep the movement more in the legs than in the pelvis. The pelvis is gonna move a little, but rotate the thigh bone in the pelvis. Okay, next time we're over to the right, we're gonna build on this. So next time your knees are over to the right, you can use your hands or you can try and do it hands-free. You're gonna stand up, and if your knees aren't happy doing that, then just stay low. You can keep one hand on the floor and go up like that. Yeah, so you can try standing up. And then next stage is to swing that back leg around and step it forward into a lunge. Again, if knees are not gonna cooperate, then just stay where you are. And then slide back and lower down. Yeah, and then over to the other side. Again, so stage one, you can just be here and you can stay here if you can balance on your knees, hands on hips. And then if you're balanced there, slide that foot around into a lunge. The back leg comes forward. Yep, back leg comes forward. And then back. Step on your buck. And then drop down. Okay, go back to the right. We're gonna do one more here. So back to the right side. Okay, now you're gonna try to keep your right knee down as close to the floor as you can. Take your hands behind you for this one. Yeah. Then you're gonna peel the left leg open, trying to keep your right knee down. You can heel toe the left foot over a little bit, but push the knee down, but keep the right knee down. So like a big wide Baddha Konasana, nice adductor stretch, good. Then drop both knees over to the left. Keep your left knee down. And then pivot the right leg up and widen out, widen out, widen out, widen out. The right knee will start, the left knee will start to lift, and then go back to the first side. Good. Right knee down, open the left. Try to keep the right knee down, press the left over, and then both to the left. And then left knee down, right knee open. Good, then hold here. Press the legs evenly down, walk your hands in, lift your chest, yep. Draw your low back in, rock forward more towards the front of your sit bones. Okay, good, and then draw your knees together. Okay, come to tabletop, hands and knees. All right, and then here's the next one. We've done this one before. So in your tabletop, right foot steps over to the right in line with the left knee. So right foot steps over, line it up with your left knee. Sorry, that's not what we're doing. Go back. Hang on. Sorry, we're going to end up there, but we're going to do this one first. So toes to the side. So keep your knees together, swing your toes to the side. Now try to bring your toes in line with your knee. So I'm going to give this position. So your knee is out to the side like this. Then pivot over, bring your knee over so we're getting there. Yeah, we get to it. That's it. And then sit back onto your left heel. Yes. Then inhale, come up. Pivot your knee in so the heel lifts, and then bring the feet together. That's it. Swing your foot out to the side. So again, same thing. Right foot out. Go as far out to the side as you can. Try to bring your toes in line with your knee. Then pivot, knee up. Then sit back. Then come forward. And knee down together. And then toes together. And one more time like that. Toes wide. As wide as you can. Pivot, knee up. Sit back. Come forward. Knees together. toes together. Okay, second side. Left toes out. Get them as far out to the left as you can. Then pivot, left knee over left ankle. Then sit back to your right heel. Keep the knee pressing back. Good, come forward. Pivot again on the toes, bring the knees together, and then the toes together. And again, toes out, knee up, sit to the right heel. Inhale forward, left knee down, left toes in. Last one, toes out, knee up, hip back. Back up, toes together, knees together. Good. And then just do a little cat and cow here now and just see if maybe some of that movement through the hip helps ease you into the cat-cow a little bit more. So that's some hip mobility exercises. Hip mobility and flexibility are two different things. They both help each other. The mobility is the ability for the joint to move itself. Flexibility is how we can then use another outside force to help make more space into a joint. All right, come to neutral, and we're gonna come lay down onto the side. So you're gonna lay on your right side for this one. And you want something under your head, because I want your arms out in front. So you can put a block under your head, or you can put a blanket, pillow if you're at home. So you're on your side.
Right side?
Lay on the right side. So you can turn so you can face me, but lay on the right side. All right, and then arms go out in front, clasped together. So you're making a fist, and this is just keeping your upper body steady. And then bend up your knees. Okay, now top leg, your left leg, stretch it out straight. Here's the movement. This is a controlled articular rotation and going through the whole movement of the hip. So you're going to trail your your left toes on the floor. Draw your left knee all the way up. You'll bend the knee, draw it all the way up towards the elbow. Go as high as you can then. Lift your knee up over your hip. Good. Now rotate the leg internally. This is the one everybody struggles with. So you swing the foot back behind you, turn the knee in. That's it. Now, keeping your foot up, dip your knee down, foot up. Good. And then foot up, knee down. And then when the knee starts to open up, pivot. Again, open up the knee towards the armpit, and then to the elbow, toes to the floor, and then trace the floor until the leg is straight. One more just like that. Knee up, slide on the floor. As high as you can towards your elbow, then lift the knee up towards the armpit. Then internal rotation. Swing the heel back behind you. Press the leg back. That's it. Then dip your knee down, foot up. Yes. Then foot up, knee down. Pivot around the other way. Knee towards the elbow, armpit. Then elbow and toes to the floor. Okay, that's good. Now lift up your left foot, lift up your left leg, catch your left foot with your left hand. Do a happy baby. So pull the knee down towards the armpit a little bit more. Good, and then straighten your leg, push your foot into your hand. If you can't hold the foot, just hold behind your calf, that's fine, or behind the thigh even. Good, then bend the knee, draw the knee towards the armpit, then press it straight. Try to keep the knee where it is. So instead of letting the leg move away, keep the knee where it is, but push your foot into your hand and do one more. Knee towards the armpit, and then try to keep the knee where it is, but stretch it straight. Okay, good. And then release that foot down and roll to your other side. Hello, hips. Good morning. Okay. So head on your pillow or blanket, whatever, arms in a fist in front of you, knees bent. Bottom knee will stay bent just for balance. Stretch your top leg, your right leg out. Then trail your toes on the floor, bend your knee towards your elbow. Then up towards your armpit. Good, then internal rotation. Swing the leg, the foot behind you. Knee down, foot up. Tap the knee down. Then lift your foot, keeping the knee down. Lift the foot, not the knee. That's it. Foot up, yes, and then rotate it open. Knee towards the armpit. Then elbow, floor, and trace it back. Good. And one more time, knee up, elbow, armpit. Swing the foot behind, push the foot behind you, dip the knee down, foot up. Then foot up, knee down, foot up, knee down. Yes, and then pivot, knee to armpit, elbow, floor, and stretch it out straight. Okay, good. Then catch the pinky edge of your left foot with your right foot with your right hand. Good. Do a happy baby. Pull your knee towards your armpit. So knee up. Foot up, knee down. Then try to keep the knee there and press your leg straight. And then knee to armpit. And try to keep the knee there and press your leg straight. And do one more. Knee to armpit. And press straight. Okay, good. And then let that go. Because I know you're all going to want to go home and do those every day. Those are called hip cars. You can Google it and find a video, and then it'll take you through the whole thing. Because I know you're going to want to do those all the time, right? Okay, come to hands and knees. But seriously, if you're looking at hip mobility, that's a very good way to just get movement through the hips. And yeah, that's just a hip mobility exercise. Okay, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Pedal out in your dog pose. Walk your dog, as we say. So, another way to get really to focus the mind is to do some really complicated yoga stuff that brings you present, right? But notice how the mind shifts when we go into dog pose, which we've done, a million times. Notice where the mind shifts. Notice how the mind then wants to just wander off, do something else. So as your body is doing dog, let your mind do dog as well. Be here. All right, then come to dog split. Right leg up. Good, and now circle the leg in the hip here in dog pose. So just make some circles with your knee. You could do a figure 8. And then go around the other way. If you can figure out what that is. This is how yoga makes you smarter, moving your all the left brain, right brain stuff. I know, I kind of joke about it, but it's actually really true. Okay, next time the knee is forward, step it up between your hands. Good, squeeze your legs in towards each other. Inhale the arms up. Imagine a line bisecting your body into right side and left side, and just squeeze everything in towards that line. Right arm, right leg, left leg. Squeeze in, make your back leg straight and strong. Reach up into your arms. Good, exhale, hands back down. And then we're just gonna pulse in and out of this front knee a few times. So as you inhale, bend the knee, the back leg stays straight. As you exhale, straighten your front leg. You could do this with hands on blocks if it's hard to get the legs straight. Inhale, bend the knee, and exhale, straighten. I'm lifting my toes, get a little extra calf stretch. One more time, bend your knee. Good, and then straighten and hold here. Shift your hips back, extend your spine and your right leg forward, and then fold. Push out through the ball mounds of your toes now. Slowly start to bring your foot down to the mat, intentionally. Stretch the ball mounds of the toes down, and then the toes, stretching now the top of your foot. Then turn your left foot out, plant your heel, and open up into Trikonasana. That's it. So the body finds the pose, the energy finds the pose. Now let your mind find the pose. What is the mental, emotional expression of Trikonasana? Do that. Good. Exhale, take your hand down, spin your back heel up, downward facing dog. Hold in your dog or come through a vinyasa. Oh, jeez. All right. Left leg circles.
Go one way and then go the other way. All right, then knee forward, extend the knees forward, step it up. Make the connection to the midline with your legs. So your legs are squeezing in. Inhale your arms up, arms squeezing in. And as you do that action in your body, that squeezing into the middle place, let your mind rest into a calm, steady state of equilibrium, of equanimity. Back leg as straight as you can. There we go. Hands down. Bend and straighten a few times. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten, lift your toes. Inhale, bend. Back leg stays straight. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Straighten and hold. Good. Pull your hips back. Press your heel down. Curl your toes back. Fold a little bit deeper with the out breath. Then pulling your toes back, stretch the mounds of your toes down to the floor. So you're getting a little top of the ankle stretch. And then press your toes down. Hold here for a breath. And then spin down your right heel. Turn your right foot out. And open to triangle pose. You can always hop your left hand up onto your leg if the floor feels like it's too far away. That's it. Notice where your thoughts, your mind goes. When we're doing a pose that you love, notice where your thoughts and your mind goes. When we're doing a pose that you don't love so much. Not sure which one this pose, which category falls into for you, but just notice. Exhale, release your hand down. Back to dog. Because the thing is, that's where the Manomayakosha is, where we have the attachments and the aversions. Hold in your dog or flow through. Attachment is when we're clinging to something that we want, that we love, that feels good. Aversion is when we're avoiding the stuff that doesn't feel good. And we all do both of these things. The idea in yoga is that if we can free ourselves, our thoughts, in the Manomayakosha from attachment and aversion, then we're living in a more peaceful state. We're living in a steadier state of equanimity. All right, walk yourself forward. Uttanasana. Fold. Press your fingertips down into something, the floor, or if they don't reach the floor, then blocks. Straighten your legs. Let your head, your neck, your jaw release. And then lengthen your spine and come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. Exhale and release your arms. All right, step wide. Oh, I'm losing my microphone here today. Step wide on your mat. So turn to the side, step wide. And hands on hips. Make your legs straight and strong, your feet parallel to one another. Good. Make your legs long, strong. Make your torso tall and long. And then from your hips, hinge with a long spine. Stay with that long spine for as long as you can. So you're hinging from the hips. You're creasing your fingers into the crease where the thigh and the pelvis come together. Squeeze your fingers there. Then release your hands to the floor. Let your spine round. Let your neck soften. Maybe your head comes to the floor, maybe it doesn't. But have this sense of your neck, your head extending towards the floor. And we come to Skandasana, walk to your right foot. Turn your right toes out a little bit. Left leg stays straight. You can stay up high here, or you can sit down low. Right elbow to right inner knee. Squeezing in. That's it. Yeah, hands can stay on the floor if the knees need support. Lengthen your spine and drop your tail at the same time. Good. Hands back to the floor, or you could do it hands free. Shift to the other side. My knees are not happy doing that, but if yours are, then that's fine. Good. You can stay up high here. So foot on the floor, right foot on the floor, sorry.
Or you can pivot on the left heel, sit a little deeper. Pivot on your right heel, sit a little deeper in your left knee. Good. Drop your tail, lift your heart. All right, hands to the floor, back to center. Fold. Walk your hands between your feet. Take a little extra stretch for the upper back. And then hands forward, lengthen your spine. Push into your feet and come on up. Good. Step your feet together. Do a little march out. Face front. We're going to do a little standing balancing flow. If you want to be near something to use for balance, then you can move closer to furniture or wall or something. All right, we're going to start in eagle. So we'll take arms first, elbows wide. Sweep your right arm under your left arm, wrap your hands together. Good. Then poke your hips back. Shift your weight to your left foot, cross your right knee on top. You can hover your right toes or you can hook them behind your left ankle. That's it. Make that midline connection with your body. Have your body squeezing in, your energy squeezing in towards the center, and then your mind find that steady central place. We're going to take this into warrior 3, but we're going to keep the arms. So inhale, come up, knee up, keep your arms. Then extend your leg out in front of you. Good. Swing the whole thing, take the torso forward and the leg back. You bend the knee a little bit to get there, that's fine. But then once your leg is back behind you, try to straighten both legs. Extend energy down through the legs, up through that lifted leg, out through your spine. Your mind here, stay here. Keep that midline connection squeezing in. Send your right foot down and back behind you. Land into your right heel. Warrior 1. Pivot your hips forward. Arms up. Elbows up. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. Drop your tail. Lift your elbows. Look back. Unfurl your arms. Full stretch. Is your mind here in warrior 1? Lean forward back to warrior 3. Switch the arm position if you like, or stay with the arms out, or classical warrior 3. Okay, we're coming back to eagle. Stand up. Right arm wraps under, right leg wraps over. Garudasana. One more breath. And release. Good. Pause. Steady. See where your mind goes. You know, the teacher once say, "What's your mantra?" Meaning, what's the thing you always say to yourself? Because that's your mantra, whether you want it to be or not. You know, what's the inner story what's the thing you're always saying? That's your mantra. So if it's a good one, keep it. But if it's not, right, see what the mantra is, and if you need to shift it, shift it. Okay, left elbow under. Wrap your hands. Good, poke your hips back. Left leg over. Hover or wrap the toes. Yep, squeeze in, make that midline connection with your body, with your energy, with your mind. Stand up, keep your arms, left knee up. Left leg out in front. Swing the leg back, torso forward, warrior 3. So we keep that midline connection through the transitions. It's going to keep you a little steadier. Keep squeezing in towards the midline. Bring the left leg back, land your heel, adjust your feet, come upright, warrior 1. That's it, elbows up. Look up, maybe a little more of a back bend. Unfurl your arms right where they are. Full stretch into warrior 1, whatever that is for you, including your brain. Okay, lean forward, spin up your back heel, warrior 3. Expand your mind fully into the pose. Inhale, left leg up, left leg on top, left arm underneath, wrap, Garudasana. Breathe. Good, and release. Okay. Do a little march out. So balancing poses are a good way to focus the Manomayakosha, right? When you're balancing, it's like your mind can't wander off or you fall over. So it's an easier way. Okay, you may want blocks in front of you for the next. We're gonna do another standing balancing sequence, similar, but adding in a couple of extra poses that you may want blocks for. So if your hamstring's on the tighter side, put some blocks in front of you. Okay, we're gonna start in tree for this one. So stand onto your left leg. Make your left leg nice and strong. Just pour all your brain into your left foot and your left leg. And then turn your right knee out. So remember when we were seated in that first thing where we were trying to keep the right knee down and open up the left knee or whatever, one knee down and the other knee open. Try to create that same situation here so that the hip isn't popping out and we're not turning the body. Good, then slide your heel up. Squeeze your outer left hip in. Press your right heel in. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Good. Squeeze the arms and the legs together. Good. Now, keep your legs hinged from your hips. You're going to bring the upper body into warrior three, but you're going to keep the lower body in tree for a moment. So hinge, hinge. You can go hands on hips or arms to the sides if you need to. Upper body into warrior three. Good. Now send your right leg back into warrior three. Yes, that's it. Good. Big step back, warrior one. Land your heel. Line up your hips. So right hip wraps forward. Pull your left heel towards your left sit bone. Stretch up tall, curl back. And then 2 breaths to do the pose. Your body, your energy, your mind, the whole of your being, embodying warrior one. Okay, we're going to take the whole thing forward. We're going to come to Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. So through warrior three, then right hand is going to come to the floor or a block. Here's where you may want to use a block. And then left arm to the sky, rotating, twisting. That's it. Lift your inner right thigh a little more. Stretch your right leg a little straighter. Good. Now lift your inner left armpit a little bit more. Stretch your left arm a little straighter. All right, standing split, leg up, hands down. You want to work on balance. Take your gaze a little bit forward. You could take one hand behind your calf, maybe 2 hands, or just stay hands on the floor. That's fine too. Okay, stay with me. We're going to stand up and bring the knee up. So lengthen your spine. Look forward first. Fix your gaze. Come on up. Bend your standing leg. Cross your right ankle on top for a standing hip stretch. Ankle over knee. Poke your hips back. Nice, Susan. That's it. Let your shoulders relax. Sit your hips a little lower. One more breath. Okay, come on up and uncross. All right, I know that was a lot on one leg. Close your eyes, take a breath. Take water. Okay, we started in tree. Okay, which leg are we standing on? Left leg?
Standing on the right.
Standing on the right? Standing on the right leg. Stand on the right leg, thank you. Yes, standing on the right leg. Stand up tall. I'm confusing myself because I'm mirroring and then I'm turning. Okay, so outer right hip is squeezing in. Pivot the left knee out. Same thing we did in that the cars and in the first warm-ups. And then knee up, find the midline. Squeeze the legs. Heel to thigh, thigh to heel, arms up. Good. Find a gaze point just a little bit above your line of sight. So lift your gaze a little bit. Yeah. Okay, upper body to warrior three. Hinge. Squeeze your legs. Hinge. Spine long. Good, then leg back. Left leg to warrior three. Then step back, warrior one. Good, settle yourself. Find your pose. Build your body into the pose, that's important. Energy into the pose, that's important. Now mind. Be warrior one.
Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana, dive forward through warrior three. Left hand down, right arm up. Find your balance. The left hand can be on a block here. Stretch your legs straight. Rotate your inner left thigh up a little more. Tack your right hip back. Reach up to your right fingertips. Move your right shoulder back a little more. Yes. Good. Then standing split, hands to floor or blocks. Lift the left leg high, head towards the knee. If you're working balance, look forward. One hand, both hands behind the calf. Can work there. All right, then we're coming up to that standing hip stretch. Look forward, lengthen your spine. Knee in and up, bend your standing leg, cross left ankle on top. Forearms onto the shin, sit your hips back. Yep, you can go lower if you like, go to the floor. If you're looking for a deeper stretch. 2 breaths here. Be here. Notice where the mind goes when stuff starts to get hard, when we've been on one leg for like a half an hour and it hurts. Okay, come on up. Okay, march it out a little bit. I know. High hips. I know. And if you did some of this with me on Monday, you're probably even feeling a little bit more. We're coming to our backs for some abdominal stuff. First thing is eagle leg press. So you're going to lift up your feet, cross right leg on top. You can bring the outer shins together, or you could do the double wrap and hook your right toes behind your left shin. Okay, then hands come to the right thigh, the part of your leg that's facing you. Lift your head and your shoulders. Pull your knees into your hands, but push away with your hands. That's it. It's a press. You're not pulling your knees in, you're pushing them away. Hands on the front of your thigh. Push your legs away. So Irina, go on the front of your thigh. So here, push, squeeze in with your legs, push away with your hands. Yes. You should feel something happening in your abs when you're doing this. Yes? Okay, good. Relax. And uncross. Yes. Okay, good. It's just an isometric abdominal thing. That's the sort of isometric hold, like in the abdominals, that we need as we come into some arm balancey poses, which is maybe where we're headed. We'll see. But that's that sort of holding there, right? So we're breathing through it. We're holding, but there's the contraction there that's helping to lift off the floor. All right, left leg on top. Single wrap, outer shins together, or double wrap, hook the toes. Hands to the left thigh, to the part of the leg that's facing you. Hands to your thigh, lift your head and shoulders. Good, squeeze your legs in, push with your hands. Squeeze your legs in, push with your hands. Don't hold your breath. Lift everything a little higher. One more breath. Okay, relax, uncross. All right, do a couple windshield wipers. The next thing I wanted to do with a block, but I'm not sure I told you to get a block, so I'll bring some blocks around if we need. If you're at home, grab a block. You could do it without a block, it's harder. Well, I don't know, maybe it's easier in some ways. Who needs a block? Just raise your hand. Just Eugenia, I got it. And me. Okay, so you're gonna put the block between your elbows and your knees. So it goes here. And I would do it the long way. You could do it this way, that's harder, but this way is a little easier. Elbows and knees into block, and just try to level it off, like make it even side to side. Then lift your head, hold your head with your hands so your neck is relaxed. And then you're just gonna pulse your right leg out and tap it back in. Pulse your right leg straight and tap it back in. Pulse your right leg out, tap it back in. So you're holding the block just with your left elbow and your left knee. And yeah, if it's too hard to do with the block, then skip the block. 2 more. Right leg. 1 more. Right leg. Good. And then rest. Okay. It's not necessary to do with the block, obviously, and if it's hard to hold it, then that's okay. You can skip that part. It just keeps, obviously, it keeps you, the abdominals engaged, the rectus and the transverse, to hold the block in there in a way that if you're not holding the block,
Might or might not be happening. Okay, second side. Elbows into block, knees, elbows and knees, support your neck, and then left leg out, and tap, and left leg out, and tap, left leg, and tap. Yeah, if the block is too much to manage. The heavier blocks, these cork blocks make this, it's just a sort of next level. If you got a foam block, it's a little easier. Last one more, left leg, pulse out, tap it. Okay, good, rest. Oof is right. Okay, hold your knees, do some circles, do a little rocking. Okay. We are going to Bakasana crow pose. So some options, you can roll to your side and come on up, or you can try rocking forward and landing into it if you're feeling really cheeky. You can try rocking forward and landing into it, up into your hands and up into your feet. Maybe not. You can roll to your side, but we're coming to crow. So if you need a little tutorial, stay with me. Hands to the floor. Yeah, go for it, Lisa. Land your hands. Yeah, good. Grip your fingers, knees to the upper arms. Bent elbow version. It's two different poses, actually. The bent elbow version, the knees are above the elbows, perched on the elbows. In the straight arm version, the knees are in the armpits. So if you're working towards that one, you got to squeeze your legs in a little closer. Knees into the armpits and the feet straight back behind. So that looks more like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my arms don't fully straighten, but mostly. That's the straight arm version. The legs are sort of more behind. One is Kakasana, one is Bakasana, and I never remember which one is which. Crow and crane? I don't remember. Okay, Uttanasana, rest. Lengthen your spine. Come on all the way up. Reach up. Good, and slide your hands to your heart. What's your mantra? What do you want your mantra to be? How about that? Let's be intentional. Maybe a word, maybe a phrase. Do you want your mantra to be today? All right, release your hands. We're going to come over to the wall for some stuff. Bring your mats to the wall. No, yes, bring blocks. Sorry, yes, bring blocks. You may want blocks. I'm going to show something with blocks. Okay. So Shirshasana 2 is the thought of the day. Headstand 2, which is tripod. Here's the thing. Do this with me. Grab your block. Do this standing. Yeah, stand up, stand well, feet parallel. Okay, now put your block on your head. Yeah, try to balance it. I don't know if I can. Yeah, try to balance it. Yeah, if it's not balancing, you can hold it. Now push your head up into your block. Push your head up into your block. Draw your shoulders back and in towards your spine. Yeah, bend your elbows. Squeeze your elbows in. That's it. Draw your shoulders away from your ears gently, not so much that you're causing tension, but at the same time, push your head up into your block. Okay, good. Let that go. That's Shirshasana 2. So we're just going to do it upside down. So positioning, a little easier right side up. So if, like, no joke, like that's a good way to start training that lengthening of the neck. So if you're not comfortable bearing weight on your neck, I'm going to show you a way to do it with no weight on your head. But if you're doing the pose, head and hands are making an equilateral triangle. I said that on Monday and someone was like, oh God, we're doing geometry. That's as math as I get, you guys. Okay, then, so my shoulders, I'm pushing my head into the floor. I'm squeezing my shoulders back and in, elbows in. Maybe I come to a tuck. Maybe I just come to here, right? And then maybe up. So you do this at the wall. Okay, if you want to pike up, try the pike up. Here's the way to do it without weight on your head. I would do this at the wall just because the blocks can be a little unstable. So if you're doing this, this version, I would do it at the wall.
Shoulders are, so you put the blocks like this, and then your shoulders go on the blocks. Your head, now they're not one size fits all. Most people, your head is off the floor. My shoulders are on the blocks, and my head is off the floor. And then I'm up. And then I can work on extending my neck, pushing my shoulders down, right? But then the weight is more in the shoulders. You have a shoulder thing, maybe do a different inversion, legs up the wall, or you could do Shirshasana 1 if that's a better sit for you. Okay, try something. Call me over if you need help. Yeah, that's good, B. So Mina, move your hands off, put your hands under the blanket and farther back towards your knees, like that. Yes, yes. And when you go up now, it'll, yes, good. Squeeze your elbows in and up, shoulders away from the floor. Good. Yeah, nice, nice. That's it. Yeah. Stretch your legs out. Make your legs do some of the work, right? Yeah, legs are in the pose. Legs are doing the pose too. Stretch your legs up. Yes. Okay, Susan, I definitely don't want you to land onto that leg. Okay. Just be careful in your dismount there. All right, come on down because we're going to try something else. So I don't want you to tire yourselves out too much. So you could do this with the blocks or not. Yeah, rest for a minute. But then the thought was really to work on Bakasana, Shirshasana, Shirshasana, Bakasana, maybe some tick-tocking between the two. So from Bakasana to Shirshasana, it's this, crow. Here's the thing. Head up, head up, head up, elbows bent. Head up, 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 head up. And then it's just a little tuck at the bottom and then up. If you want to come up first, fine, come up first. So you could start here and then to come down, knees wide, knees wide. Here's the thing, unplug your shoulders a little. Get your legs up nice and tight. Squeeze your feet up. Look forward with your eyes. Lift your feet, lift your feet, lift your feet, lift your head. Something like that. Fall on your butt. Or legs up the wall. Yeah. Try something. Or ignore me. You're all grown-ups. Do whatever you want. You're all grown-ups. Do whatever you want. Now you could do it with the blocks under your shoulders too. You can do that with the blocks under your shoulders. So you can go up into headstand with your shoulders on the blocks. Right? So you can use them. Do it. I would do it at the wall if you're using the blocks. I'm going to just, yeah, like this. That's it. And then you can go up and then you can come down. And maybe you're just working that much, right? Like shoulders on the blocks. Maybe you're just doing that. And then you can come into a nice easy crow with your shoulders on blocks. Lift your head up. That's another way to do it. Back, landing back into it. Oh, I know. Oh, and then you see the people do it in headstand, in handstand. I don't know how anyone can do it in handstand. I can do it in headstand, but I can't do it in handstand where you're up like that. I mean, that's really, I can't do it. Nice. Nice, Craig. That's it. All right. Questions? How's it going? Yeah? No chitta-vritti, exactly. The chitta-vrittis stop when we're, exactly. And, you know, and the thing is when you're going like, yeah, don't land on your, I don't want you to land on your knee, but if you, you know, like if you fall out of it, you're landing on your feet. It's not such a big fall. Okay, come on back.
I feel like I can get
like tucked in.
Yeah.
So that's a
I feel like my elbows are here.
when you're coming back into it. So Christina Sell's thing is, and I don't know how well I showed it, but I do it a little bit and it helps. Now your neck has to be really strong and really safe to do this. So like, be really aware, like this is not for everyone. And if your neck is not in a place to do this, please ignore me. But I learned this from Christina. So she does it like this. She comes down and then she unplugs her shoulders. So she brings the shoulders forward to tuck the legs up, then brings them back in. Do you see that? And then you get a little higher up. I mean, you're still kind of low on your legs, right? Especially if you don't have great hip mobility, which I don't. You're really on your head when you do that unplug. So if that is not the right thing for your neck, don't do that. My neck feels okay doing it. I came to that after many, many, many years of doing headstands. And so I felt, my neck was strong and I felt okay, but it does help to unplug a little, get your knees up higher, then plug everything and squeeze in and lift. And anyway, okay, come on back. Not that any of it's easy, but easier. Oh, I can't. I don't, there was a moment where I could do that. My neck gets tweaky with that one, and I'm just too careful with my neck now.
Risk reward, it's
Exactly. No, exactly. I put it in the category of like, my kids are like, let's go do this crazy thing. And I'm like, I love that you think I can do that. I love that you think I would want to do that, but you're going to do that and maybe tweak something and be out for, 5 hours, and I'm going to be out for 5 weeks. So no, thanks. That's okay. All right, let's do, okay, come to Svastikasana. So right leg across the front of your mat, left leg out to the side. So here, right angles with your legs. Then you're going to walk over, so you'll be off your mat here. Oh, sorry. Just line up with your neighbor. You're going to walk outside your right leg, right thigh, not your shin. So walk over, way over to the right. Yeah. And then keep walking right until you get a nice twist for your torso. Push your elbows down. Turn your belly to the right deeply. Good. Let your head, your neck soften. That's good. Yeah. Okay, now walk forward outside your right shin. So bring your torso forward. And we're going to take this into pigeon from here. So if you have knee stuff, stabilizing your leg with your right arm can be really helpful, with both hands actually. So I've got my arm across, I'm stabilizing, and then I'm rolling forward, sliding the left leg back behind me. If you want to come onto your back to do this, come onto your back to do it, that's fine. If you have another way of doing pigeon, that's fine. And then you could stay there stabilizing the leg, or you can bring your elbows in front of your shin. Lots of talk about hips level in pigeon pose, which when you're going into the back bend version of pigeon is really important to have your hips level because your SI joint can get compromised. But in this position where the spine is in flexion, not in extension, this is safe for the hips, and you get a deeper hip stretch. And that's sort of the point of this version of the pose, is the hip stretch. So you can have your hips a little skewed, and that's okay. All right. Come on up, swing your left leg around, and then over to the other side. So left shin parallel with the front of your mat. We're walking outside the thigh first, so into the twist first. So walk as far left as you can off the mat. Yeah. Elbows down. Yeah, that's it, catch him. Good. Okay, then walk your torso forward, keep your legs. If your knees are good, just slide the right leg back behind you. Stabilizing would be helpful. Forearm onto the shin and the thigh, right hand pushing to the foot, keeping the bones of the leg stable, of the left leg stable as you creep your right leg back behind you. And then you can stay. You could just stay here with the weight onto your leg like that. It keeps the bones of the lower leg and the upper leg even with each other so the knee doesn't pull. Or if all is going well, elbows to the floor in front. You can make a pillow with your hands. You can rest your head down. So just as when we're doing crow to headstand to crow, your mind is really nowhere else, right? When we come into pigeon, the mind might wander off a little bit, right? So bring it back. Body doing the pose, mind doing the pose, energy doing the pose. All right, come on up into your hands, swing your back leg around, come out to sit, stretch your legs out in front. Good, take a little, take the flesh from under your sitting bones and then pull your right knee in for Marichyasana, sit up tall. Good, twist right, hug your knee, right hand behind you. can also cross the outer elbow if you're looking for a little more traction. Inhale, release your twist, take a little counter twist. Good, keep your right leg where it is. Reach inside the leg for the foot. You can always put a strap around your foot if the hands don't reach, or you can hold the ankle, that works too. Good, stage 1, belly towards the thigh, spine long. Stage 2, let your head, your shoulders, your spine round over your leg. Keep pressing the left leg straight. You can stay here. If you want to do the bind, you can wrap around the front of your right shin, bind your hands behind your back, or just keep holding the foot if that serves you. With each breath, letting your head release towards your knee. Keep extending the left leg. Left leg part of the pose. Thoughts, part of the pose. Emotions, feelings, part of the pose. Good, look forward, release your bind if you've got it. Inhale and come on up. Swing your leg to the side. Hold your right ankle with your left hand. Sweep your right arm up, reach over towards the left foot. Keep your right knee over the ankle. It's going to want to come towards the left leg, so keep pressing it out wide. Yeah. Inhale, come on up. Stretch both legs out, Dandasana. Adjust. Pull your left knee in. That left sit bone is going to feel a little lighter. Try to keep the weight even, right to left, twist left. Inhale, counter twist. Good. Extend forward over your right leg. Hold your ankle, your shin, your foot. Stage 1, belly towards your thigh. A little bit more of a stretch for the hamstring. Stage 2, spine rounds. And maybe the bind wrapping around the left leg. Invite all your thoughts to the pose. Inhale, come on up. Swing your leg to the right. Hold the left ankle with the right hand. Left arm to the sky, sweep it over the ear. Reaching towards your right foot. Maybe you reach it, maybe you don't, doesn't really matter. Yeah, like that, Katrin, that's it. Inhale, come up. Okay, take your blanket. Give the hips a little love now. We asked them to do a lot today, so let's offer them a little love. Open up your blanket. So take a long blanket or towel if you're at home, something. And if you don't have anything, it's okay. You could do it without. Hi, Varsha. Long roll. You have to go too? All righty. Good. And then supported Baddha Konasana. So you're going to wrap it around the front of your ankles. Soles of the feet together. And then you lay down onto your back. So other ways you could do this if you're at home, if you're on Zoom, you can, if you don't have a blanket, or you could do a combination here even. You can prop blocks underneath your knees, but you want to be supported here. So you don't want to feel any pulling, stretching, straining in your hips at all. This is a restorative. Let the hips release. Yeah, let the legs just really rest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Just begin to draw your senses inwards. When we close our eyes, we draw the sense of sight inside. The outer landscape gets darker. You can focus more internally. Be aware of sounds that you're hearing, but draw hearing inwards. Notice that there are sensations happening at the surface. Draw that sense of feeling inside. Taste, smell, draw them inwards. Let your awareness rest deeper than the surface level processing, thinking, doing mind. Let the chitta vritti get a little more still, calm, steady. You want to stay here with the legs in this position for the rest of practice. You can stay if you'd like to stretch your legs out for Shavasana. That's an option at any time. Settle your awareness in the Manomayakosha, in the thoughts, in the thinking space, but let it be a wide open thinking space, a wide open emotional space where thoughts, memories, feelings arise, but we don't attach to them, we don't avoid them. And then introduce this mantra on your inhale. Silently say hum, and on the exhale, sa. On the inhale, hum. Exhale, sa. Hum, sa. Repeating that mantra quietly, internally, letting it cleanse the Manomayakosha, clean it out, clear it, purify it. This mantra literally just means I am that. Reminding us that we are our thoughts, we are our bodies, we are our energy. But that's not the whole story. We are also consciousness embodied. Now release the mantra. The next sa syllable, just let it go. And rest in the quiet stillness of your being. Gently now, allow your breath to deepen. Before moving or stretching or shifting, just notice, pay attention for a moment to the mind space, to your thoughts, to your feelings. Perhaps sensing that they're a little calmer, gentler, steadier. And as you let the awareness rise back to the surface, begin to let yourself stretch, yawn, reawaken. And slowly find your way to your side and back to seated. Poet John O'Donohue has a beautiful way of reminding us how to be in relationship with our senses and this processing sensory mind. He says, may your body be blessed. May you realize that your body is a faithful and beautiful friend of your soul. May you be peaceful and joyful and recognize that your senses are sacred thresholds. May you realize that holiness is mindful, gazing, feeling, hearing, and touching. May your senses gather you and bring you home. May your senses always enable you to celebrate the universe and the mystery and possibilities in your presence here. Bring your hands together at your heart. We continue to feed the mind in nutritious and healthy and loving and beautiful ways as we move out into the rest of the day. Let's send each other, ourselves off on our way with one last Om. Take in a deep breath. Om. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye,
The
Rachel.
dogs, the children, everybody's so adorable. Oh
Do
my
you
gosh,
have a
Catherine,
website?
the dog with the arm around you, I couldn't.
Oh,
That was
yes.
the freaking
I
cutest
know.
thing. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
That
What are
was
you
my dog. Do you, if you have a website?
You know what? It's under construction right now. My
Oh.
person has been working on it and
Okay.
it's
Because
slow
I was
going.
hoping to find you there, but maybe your, the email got into the spam or.
Maybe I'm going to make a note for myself right now
Okay.
to look for it.
Okay.
Okay. So and
Yeah.
if I don't find it, I'll send you an email so then we can connect. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure to work with you.